Inside Story Uganda, real source of political updates.
Facebook ne YouTube muri mwebale ku bantu mutubera kuna wenali woli oli mudi oli kulimu gobera ngo tugobera nkwebazo ku bantu wekomide ko ku bantu omukuru David Kopro David Study yava nakuba omukuru Sebulime Ronald mudu story mujukira muje ya Nantabe minister former minister Aida Nantaba yasindikidwa omukomo kumalayo emyaka 2 beddu nokuba ngeje magame kenso ku bantu omukungu yavude nabanga yafunye obuzuna ba boda boda nabanga bamusindise zira kumwa eranga omukuru IGP yagamye tagena kubateka o deployment yamanyi nnyo zetuta rush hours omukadde okuba ndi traffic jam kumacha nakaongeza tubadde waka traffic ina kubanga ebera gulugulu okuba ndi ba stopping okuba nti abantu bali amateka mu ngalo na ba boda boda muze Tamale ensonga ya pinja tukube mu tochi mukadde kikatono yo tulene ku nsonga ya reforms okuba nti omukuru Kanyire Hamba former judge yavule nagamba tagena kuba president Museveni n'ekina kyali mu mateeka era nga lead council ye Lukwago Lord Mayor
Lukwago
ezokuba nti abanaba obuzibu
bwa Bulenge Lukwago is a failure.
Lukwago is your brother ate musajja Lord Mayor abadde
is a failure.
Is not a failure.
You see bobera kabampane ngobera mbuli kintu kyonna.
Nero kwa kutumanya msako jiri pochiko yasingo jikoza wale.
There are times when you should at least take a back seat.
Okay.
Nebo obera ngobera bote.
So tumalize nsonga ya Aida Nantaba eya David Sali no eyata omukuru Ronald Sebulime asibidwe emyaka 2. You see life imprisonment. Atinga president agamba
mwete mwategedde kintu. You did not understand the whole issue. Nze nabagamba nti nina olumanyo as I explained. I wrote this book
Nantaba.
Because I know how mafias behave. I've defeated them hands down.
Okay.
And I'm happy that they are realizing that I need to rest and not to do my things. When I was anti, I know president's ambition is aja kunkozesa. How can he take my money? President yampada sendera ngoze kwata. Mbona limanyi bwenze kwata aja kujamfo kamiri. Arrogant man.
We no gendo oduke wengo gendo.
The problem, the two of us are very arrogant.
Buchiri.
Tuina background I was a newspaper vendor who was also a gate man, a security guard.
Likanawe.
Yes. Kati brainy affair na. Self-made people are usually arrogant. Yeah. Why? They don't attribute their success to anybody. Nebo muri anga you get trainer attributing kako success.
Na mwagala kubanga president yako statement ya government teri yali amuyambiye ko muwe.
Self-made people are usually arrogant. Why? They don't attribute their success to anybody and they don't have spare parts. Mirundi taina mukwano. Ungambi. Kubanga gobyoti byonna nze nabibeera. Nabiyita mudda. Nabeera ko sina motoka nga ntambuza bigere.
Okay.
Nabeera ko ne saati yemu nka mukazi wange alina kyalaani ng'agijjako ekitogi. Luto akuba bano.
Self-made.
Ffe twawona envuuza ne tuwona enkukunyi ne tuwona ani. Kati nze ne lwabwogo tufaanagana. That's why Lutanzi lusobola kuggwa. He is a former gate man, a former newspaper vendor. Kasi bwe tukubagana. Terujja kujja nga Museveni aluyingiddemu. It is going to be all of us so far we second round fena tuli buluzi.
Broma ina kisago kyalaga.
Bane bamubuulya nti omusajja tasoboka.
Okay.
A man who has fought for who left privileges. Ne passport nenjibadiza. For 8 years I've gone back to Okero House once to collect my chair. Allegedly they said yali evamu emisota. Nenji chimayo.
Ngivamu emisota?
Yes.
Chali kituufu.
Nenji jail. I've met Museveni physically once in 8 years. He called me. Nangamba, he wouldn't have been a good officer, a military officer. In Ebyama, we forgive. I told him, my background is a wrestler and a boxer. But he may basule tawulu. Let the other group throw in the towel.
So sigwe.
Sinze, netwawukana.
Kali.
Kakati, driver wange abadde amaze ennaku ezi
nya
talabika nasembayo muwulira ku lwako yabadde mu garage bwako muwunja mukuba essasi aba state house balaba I cannot enter vehicle that has disappeared for 4 days. I know he hires this vehicle. What if yalina byalaze era kikinkereza if I have parked vehicles ojja kujja ewange olaba emmotoka eziparkings but I hire nti gwomaze ennaku nnya emotoka I last heard from him on Friday. He comes now after 4 days hiding. Can I enter such a car?
Oboyina okwekengeramu.
Yes, I cannot.
Okay.
Kiba kitegeeza na kutumyeyo. Kakati nkugamba. Kamba somere kana kanantaba. What is sparked of this fight? Akataba kano nkunyonyera nantaba. Museveni bwe yamuleeta n'amulonda Minister State for Lands ne bamulwanyisa ne bagenda n'okunoonya ebigezo bye mbu tebiriiyo. Nantaba n'afuuka nantaba why? Nantaba the land grabbers. You see the problem with this government. As Museveni threatens, Zimbabwe, Museveni ya implementing a corruption. Government musigala muno.
Agenda kugenda wali kororo yatusuubiza agenda akera amanya ministers ibe bonna omulugu
nti kitutu who stinks like malwa toilet yalemesa milioni 4 ne bakuwa milioni 4 kutambuza amasanyalaze damu gundi onomuloni ne bamuba 54 billion mu damu Kalumani. I have all the documents and I give the president recorded tapes.
Aiki yafumiza report obweshiba beti kamya tufira obumbi emitwalo 2 buli mwaka nenga zigende mu judiciary eride enguzi ministers balide enguzi police enguzi
beti kamya namubodire nti deputy wako libubi beti kamya bamuletedde ya lands na yemujjewo namuganza bwe bamukoze kuba kada ka kyalabika namuganza okyamuwulira
asikyamulaba
nti nababuulira nti omukulembeze anola bubuyinza Museveni ababbi bonna yabakomyawo n'abawa baleme kumwekwasa
ensi balamule
ojja kulaba baminisita abadduka akisuule bwadduke omulaba adduka n'obusuma bwabwe waliwo akafere kali mu Kampala kano kange nagisi kano kange amabya kasajja kafere kali mu Kampala kabbi kano kangama kaliko epankira ku motoka zaffe ninka kubana nkateeka wali kati ono mukazi abaddadira pads nazikabira abantu naye bamugobi mu Kampala bamugobi alemere mwalabe fe twataddewo ekibiina kyaffe ekyaba mwoyo gwa ggwanga kasita Museveni aganti va tuleeta nkoni netukuba netukufulumya gwani ukadifai Museveni Museveni guarantees jera muzeyi twataddewo jesera muzeyi kasa muzeyi ayogera eki noli nga tujja omukazi nga tukubamu owino ng'afuluma tewakyali agayamu nti president apadde sente zaabwe nazigamba munazikweka nazijja ku principal private secretary. I thought that if I take this money he will come to me. We are all arrogant fellows. You were a gate man. I was a newspaper vendor. Kakati fe natuli arrogant.
Kale
okutokonga Museveni atuyise tugenda kubagana tweyuze
tugende kusali yakiriza omusamba
nti Nantaba has been outspoken minister in the Museveni's cabinet reporting to the president about mafia plots and the political impact of their actions. The minister of ICT Franka Tumwebaze is in big trouble. In fact, he has disappeared from the scene like gonorrhea. He and his allies blame Nantaba for this misfortune. They strongly believe that she is the one who reports their evil actions to the president. Remember, Professor Anthony Mbonye was forced out of the Ministry of Health because the civil shooting. Many people ask me why I usually side with the people like Nantaba. My answer is only that I went through the same experience. Maliciously fabricated recordings were offered to malign me, and I was subjected to media bombardment for 6 months by both Bukedde and New Vision. An editor of Bukedde, Geoffrey Kurubya, had the audacity to describe me as a madman. He also claimed that President Museveni had summoned my mother, Tamale Mirundi, to witness a medical procedure to ascertain my mental status. Remember, my mother was almost lynched. Kakati bano Sebulime nkugamba nti when this incident occurred, all of the newspapers, including the mafia-controlled media houses like New Vision and Bivuddeyo, reported how Minister Nantaba had survived an assassination attempt. Bivuddeyo went further and detailed the alleged assassinee, who had a gun, military gloves, and that his co-assailant escaped with a gun. Bivuddeyo reported that security organs mounted a search in the forest but failed to trace the gunman with the sniffer dogs. When Minister Nantaba saw the alleged suspect riding and trailing her vehicle, she ordered her security guard to fire in the air, but the guard refused. Nantaba reported the matter to police at Kayunga, who deployed the officers to search for the alleged assassinee. However, the police did not go with those who could recognize the alleged assassinee. The question is, who would have identified the suspect in case he was arrested? The police arrested a man called Sebulime, handcuffed him, and threw him on a police patrol pickup. In such cases, the suspect would be taken to the police station where Nantaba would identify the suspect. Amazingly, this was not done. The handcuffed suspect was offloaded from the police patrol pickup and shot dead in broad daylight, witnessed by a living woman. One of the witnesses and a woman shared the killer, Officer David Sally, claiming that the orders were from above. This is when the matter is. If we are to get to the bottom of the matter, we must analyze the following. Katavo kaddi kano naye njo nti onerege konzo musajja ino olumanyi kano kaddi
219
bwe nkugamba ng'ekigambo nti tolifuuka pulezidenti wa Uganda kyoba okola
abiveeko
kolaga ne mukoddomi waako omwobugagga ago genda weebake tulina olumanyi
obugambo bugamba ani obwo
kakati nkugamba this is why the police prefers to serve suspects in cases where mobs are begging for their blood. This was a unique case. A suspect had already been overpowered, handcuffed, and put on a police patrol vehicle. But after Sally getting instructions from a man who is alleged, who was also killed, the man who directed Sally to kill Sebulime is dead. Bamuta.
Who was that?
Atowa kanyemiso. Nze simu sijimanyi.
Eyalagira Sally. Naye yavaawo
bamuta.
Kubuza bujulizi.
Anti katulimo mafias fear a change of government to answer. This is why you are going to get preemptive murders and preemptive detentions. Tikaka yampita ati baba jango nyambe fairo musambu zino bazituna bala mwazi kimye nenkwata speed boat akataba kafurubali wa mukaga vomit of mafias abasajja musemwayi baddusedda katika andiko nakola lolokolo kusemwayi badduse abadde bakola the majority of people who have been carrying out these murders
bali awo
wakandiko kati badduse Museveni nayita kandiko ne banne ne kandika yito okuti ogende Entebbe semwayi batemye akatabaka abasemwayi kamba bikireka abasemwayi abamu tebakyalabika badduse kyobala abalese Besigye Besigye addemu ye kalakase to divert Musevene's attention to Besigye
bazide ku Besigye
two mbuli Besigye alete tear gas baavu
bafune kasente
abasecurity source of income ya boda kati kwe balya petrol station bagenda kuzocha anti mutadde wa mafuta muzitadde ko esigendo okulaba osadduka osiweka twe ngatuka osiwe Kampala mukadde ate fire tasobola na kuzikiza katale kano akapaka yadi akajirinanyi enazikisa Kampala mukadde ewali diesel utakulaba osiwa Kampala mukadde osiweka twe nga badduka anti yeri manju omuliro gikujogole alaba omupolisi bwaso ate ng'ababoda bala bali mu kibuga balina enkoni ba ojja kulaba abapoliisi abambula mu yunifoomu abakazi ab'obubina obunene nga badduka bali mu nnika mulinde mulabe you think I'm a mad man.
Okay.
Mnafikiri mimi azimu, mnafikiri mimi mlevi, mimi mjinga, mimi mshenzi. Hii akili sana hicho. Mnafikiri mimi mshenzi, mimi mjinga, mimi mlevi. Wacha hii akili. Hii akili ngumu. Akili yangu ni ngumu na akili ngumu sana. Hii akili rasmi. Akili rasmi kwa Kiswahili tunasema rasmi. Hii akili rasmi. When I tell you 10 things I see, ojja kulaba abapoliisi kati batandika okwambalema omuliro okugenda okufubutukeeka twe ojja kulaba abakazi abadduka ng'emboke bapoliisi abakazi baddukira abobubina mu nnika muve ku bodaboda z'abantu ng'embabuliza kale nkugamba nti it was unique for the suspect to be killed, but the man who rang us to kill this man, to kill the man. This is why police prefers to save suspects in cases where mobs are begging for their blood. Okay. Therefore, we must go back and understand how the mafia behaves. The first group that gave the story to the media was looking for money. They reported the incident accurately to make a government provide more funds for security cameras. Remember that at one time, MPs demanded armored cars and sharpshooters as extra protection from assassins. Therefore, an assassination attempt on Nantaba, a minister, would be used by the mafias to reactivate the project of armored cars. Okay. In fact, MPs were to be given money to buy the cars themselves. This means they just want to intimidate Museveni to give them the money in their usual greed. All of the newspapers report ministers assassinate, minister survivors. Why? Yeah. At that time, we remember the MPs were demanding money for armored cars. Not Museveni nagamba mbabawadde ne baganda kuba the intention was to cheat him. Yes. Two, they wanted to extend this project of security cameras to rural areas. Abasumakazi abasumasajja nkugamba the second mafia group that wants to destroy Nantaba is the Kayunga local mafia, who are worried about the next election that threatens to expose them the way she did in 2016. If Nantaba an independent NRM candidate manages to retain both the ministerial job and her constituents, it is likely that she will return as an independent candidate, which she did. And this will expose the NRM local leaders. They fight that Nantaba's demise or imprisonment should not backfire on them and NRM as a party. Kakati ukitegeera. Kakati wali osobola otya enanga, the angel of lies. Then they turned against Nantaba. Yeah. Kaka turned against Nantaba. Yes. Nantaba should go and report. Nantaba, the foolish Sebulime family, also turned against Nantaba. But Nantaba, after identifying somebody who was following her, training her, told that's the good thing of having an experienced security man and respecting. Nantaba's security person should be praised. Why? Nantaba said fire in the air. The man said as an expert. No. I don't know the fire they have. Okay. What is the fire they fire? The best way, let us stop at Kalanda Mutabuni said, this is what I told you. Ntiono muvuka wa UCB Kagolo. Yali tasobola kuba mityana nga dduka motoka kibaji kulaga abavuge. Naye okasojja kukulu yabali kakwata kati kasula wa bala. Yamutano bamusaide emyaka 5. Yatomera gate tebatira munju. Teyakiriza nti yabatira. After even identifying themselves. Yes. Mwe motoka bazi baji. Naye okasojja gwe kulubye. Neserwa negun. Noyo mwala gwe bayita ziribago. Nabaga nti buke deyetaka kugala. How a person in danger. Mu Uganda ni ayina amafuta agafulu tanka ave mityana nga jadduka. Naduka bulubi sakete. Emotoka yatomera gate yakagoleriwa. Tetugira bako. Anybody uyimira ku road block ya police oba ku police station oba ku petrol station. if we are suspicious.
Yes.
Nga tulinga ngafu abatambula nga tumazeeyo abayinenga mala jjo kufungulyayo nenjikulaga mu ddirisa nti gwogoberera ayina
olutambula n'enzo
leka kulowooza nti nze ndiki nsooka nenkugirayo ennyondo nenkutegeeza nti ennyondo yaani yenze nenkugirayo kamwa kabi abaganda bagiyita kamwa kabi nesooka efuluma mu ddirisa bweri webawetera
nebatazirina abatayinanga
tunabakoleraki mwabajinga abati okutta nkugamba nti Nantaba bodyguard was a smart guy.
Yeah.
Nantaba drivers to Kayunga to report. 2 people have been swearing me.
Okay.
Kakati bagani mbo Sebulime yasula wakiso. There was no way Sebulime and Nantaba could meet at Sezebwa nga bonna
Kampala.
It means Sebulime had stayed in Jinja. The angel of lies. Kakati batani kakati gankubulize omusajja oyo bamunoonya ne bamukwata Sebulime ene suspect bw'atuula ku kabangali ya police aba awunyawema nabano kakati what people don't know whenever they are going to assassinate a person or to rob a person patrol za police ezo zimulaba emundu zekwezibaako abatubu be baba baziina to rescue them immediately to recover their guns. Kati eno pick up yaveeka wempe yali emanyi kwe kwajjira sali yali emonitoring nti in case Nantaba bamutta mobu nejjawo basebulime balina okuba immediately.
Okay. Rescue van here.
Rescue van. How long does it take sali a vehicle in Kawempe, a pick up in Kawempe yali ekola ki
ekayunga
kakati Nantaba abasalira amagezi mugezi baleese ezo bodaboda nzimanyi bazikolera Kawempe
gye bazigattira
si Kawempe mu ttawuni ve Kawempe oyitewa we battira gundi ono omusajja ayambala ebyenaaleero abiriga we bazikolera some are veterans some are what bakwata bodaboda nnya ne baziseparating into parts ne bwogikwata
ne bakolamu bodaboda
emu neno bwe yabadde Nantaba n'agamba omulamuzi let them bring the border bagenzo gireeta nga bagitaddeko akemabega kakaliya mbu kwaliko soda gwatwalira
abaana
where were the bottles of soda and the crates of soda at the scene of crime ingo insecurity kakati Nantaba oyo omuvubuka Sali yamukubira essimu n'amugamba nti maama wawonye nze omusajja gwe nasaabadde mutemu nnyo abadde akunoonya Nantaba n'amulikodinga kati Nantaba n'asaba omulamuzi apuleyinga etteeka eri kati omulamuzi bwe yabimuwadde bo ne basala amagezi abali ku pick up bonna kati Nantaba yagenze okuddayo yasanze ono yasazeewo okukolaki
okukkiriza
omusango era omulamuzi yambuuzizza wayayo kawast do you know what it means nti kati ono omusajja oyo Sali bamulimbye tegwekkiriza tujja kujjayo they were avoiding Nantaba's cross examination
nekiggwerawo
kyagwereddawo nti ono bamuvunaana kutta suspect kati the Nantaba's assassination attempt and the people were involved
ekomyawo
temukitegeera nti in case of a dispute over death tetugenda mu twayo tulina kyetuyita tutya tulina kyetukiyita mu mateeka nti ebungereza gundi ono omusajja azaala omulenzi eyafa nedda tukiyita inquest you have a judge then teba court inquest the government feared for an inquest because an inquest would mean that you concentrate on who killed Sebulime. They decided to charge Sali with murder, murdering a suspect. But a suspect who had stolen chicken or a suspect who wanted to assassinate Nantaba, a minister.
True.
Kakati ono oyawedde bamulimbye ene y'Abaganda mbasasira Kazinda
ali mundeeri
naye ye embabazi bamuwa mulimu ate nga era nalinda kiwandeeko Kazinda was intended to fight Bigirimana nga balowooza nti Bigirimana was shielding the first lady. ye Kazinda maama we yaziba amaaso ye gyali kitatta mwamukwata nti yakubye abaana abatakula kimanyi nga bambadde ki kitatta bwe yava eruzira baali balowooza agenda bakolera akalulu nagamba mulamu wange nti aliwa nti anti bamuyiseeyo simanyi waago nti bamukuba nebintu bye babizaawo nemuga kitatta bwokolagana n'abasajja bano Katonda yakuyamba luli tajja kuddamu apana when a crocodile that is intended to, which would have eaten you, swallowed you alive, throws you out of the water, do you go back fishing? Can I go back to this government? When a crocodile have survived poison 5 times, have survived the killers on Gun, a young number eri sister wa president, nemuga bagenda kunzita. Ne bayiwe wange waliwo barracks. Abana bange bakulidde mu barracks ngaba Gun. Am I a criminal? Nti can I work in this government? I support the president, I like him, I defend him. If he wants me to do my job, I do it privately and he gives me a budget. Since I could have government. Kubanga, if a crocodile throws you out of the water, God is with you. But you go back and attempt it again, will you have the opportunity of throwing you back? Kakati nkubulya nti nantaba ono yesali awedde. Abaganda bwe bali oyosali yakifiiridde omugagga sebuufu akakasajja kabukedde kakubanga obugagga bwe babutunde nti once you lose a murder case the person can sue you with the civil omusasule kati nako kayita tembo kano kwe kakyalemedde naye kulubya nze nkyamulemeza mu bukedde lwaki sigana mujja mudda naye kulubya balina okusasula ne kabusenga miliyoni 10 ze bankolamu kati oyo muganda bwakumeka kakati kitatta muganda ono gundi kati gundi muganda kazimu mama we yagize kakati sali ate si wa police sali wa local defense bamuzala kasubi when they want to kill people they use local defense when was Sali in Masindi tell us when Sali was in Masindi tell us when Sali was in Masindi he's a local defense man kati bali bagenze bamulimba nti gwegera tujja kujja toina jogenda kuvayo boba amaze kuba case damu naye what I predicted kunantaba nti omanyi nantaba bali bamutwala
yali agenze
naye kwekane mu nyumba ye
yali agenze
nantaba bamwagala what is inungo the age of lies naganti enanga ino bugagga bwatuddeko inside my mind awandika akatabu title inside my mind nalimbanga bulimbi naliko
amazima ge kano kati
nalika kese wa kulimba inanga iranga nanga yefulumya luyimba inanga munyama amanya gagobera inanga gwe lwaki gwe why do these people turn you into a pig to clean the Noah's Ark? I cannot play that role. Nobody can use me. I spoke on behalf of the president for 14 years. Nenga mbigana. Waliwo abasajja bajja ne bankubirisa mu gundi mbiri. Yali mbiri. Yali Erika Rwanga. Nangamba nti president yagambye fulumya statement eno yajja nayo. Mpandike nti kampuni ye bagiwadde okuwa exportinga oil eri London shares zirinye. Namugamba Mr. Kalwanga. Museveni is not in the practice of directing me through proxies. Let us go back and ask him whether he has told me. Please should have said me. Kalwanga fled.
Mzee Tamale. Nga tumaliriza mu dakika 3 bokka. Nagambye nti muno omukulu former judge Kanyehamba atwala President Museveni mu mbuga. National mu nsonga za bail reforms. Ate nga tukyali awo cabinet jesi za bail reforms nti wagambye. Do
you know the first person to fight Museveni was Kanyehamba?
The first person?
Yes. Before the messages came, the first person to fight Museveni was Kanyehamba, Judge Kanyehamba. He imposed term limits. Kanyehamba went to Museveni and asked him, what do you want in the constitution? Museveni told him, I want a flexible constitution.
Yeah.
We want a for Uganda. Kanyehamba not the Nagamba. Let us give him 10 years. How can you give a revolution in 10 years?
Kumurwana Mzee Tamale. Bwaba ile revolution aina kubera upaka.
Kanyehamba did not entrench the term limits. Choro bora bayagire. Kati bora balukwago.
Kiridi kanso musongeni.
Ndi lukwago. Omunyiti lukwago bali bamutedde eruzira.
nga mutirayo
Lukwago yatuuka ezira baali bamuse nga abasajja bajjemu empale bamusiyake lwaki abasajja bonna abali eruzira nga yabawolere nga yabalyako sente n'atawo Katikkiro w'ekkomera ye yawoleza Lukwago nga abasajja bambudde empale Lukwago nti Lukwago awoze emisango Lukwago kazanyirize. In fact, I had a lot of respect for Lukwago because in many cases, apart from religion, when I looked at Lukwago in the initial stages, Lukwago yali afanana Ben. Yes. Umuyinde Lukwago bamufanana konti teyasoma nti yafojiga academic papers. Yes. Lukwago naye bamugirako. Lukwago abadde bamuwa card yajjanga independent okufuuka mayor. I liked Lukwago initially. Naye Lukwago gundi yamutta Besigye yamukuulamu obwongo bwe bwonna n'amufula hunting dog. Lukwago is a hunting dog of Besigye. Worship is Besigye tayina obwongo bwafu. The moment you accept to be a hunting dog of somebody, that's why for me you cannot. If you want Mirundi to do something for you, call me and we discuss. I hereby direct you. No, I cannot accept it. I hereby direct you. Don't I have a brain? God did not humiliate me. I'm a total man. And who can humiliate me? Over what? Eroyo mukuru ba amugambe musajja amugambe. Nti Mirundi omukwatire ku sente. Mirundi wa integrity. Nabe mutie ni baba gambe nti what I'm saying. Let the MT manager give us the feasibility study of the project you want to undertake. Sente zatu kunganyamu ekiddo. Akugambe million yebi. Ekiddo akikunganya. Tubuuze. Which project are you investing in? Mr. Gundi. 2. Where did the shareholders meeting sit to float these shares? Are these ordinary shares or they are preferred shares? What are you going to do? Are you going to convert this money you are collecting? Mbu present yamuwanyi. Yes. Bakola. Bamubuza ebibuzo leading question. What are you saying? No. We want to know. This money is creating a kiddo. To collect all of the money, he has started with the 400. Zigenda kola China agenda kutuzimbirawo a factory. 2. Don't dismantle National Security Fund. National Security Fund must remain a monopoly and it must remain under government. Abo nabo za makerere withdrawals bagala kubba sente muntu ebifani tugattenga amakampuni gagudde gagala kubba bintu by'abantu. National Security Fund kankubuulire yali muleba lukutena n'agenda nayo bwatuuka bwebamugoba mu finance n'addayo nayo eyo ministry esooka muleba lukutena n'agitwala mu finance you are forgotten. Yes, the issue is not where it belongs. Not at all. It must even, it would have been under president's office to protect this money. Kakati mumugamba teachers union deducts teachers every month. Why don't we talk about teachers union to surrender this money it gives, it deducts from teachers? Why don't we talk about the police fund instead of talking about National Security Fund? National Security, how many people are we? I'm going to talk to this man to expose the noisemakers. Abali mu National Security Fund bali bameka. Ojja kulaba nga aboogera tewali.
Yavudde nalaga nti abana okufuna ku ssente zino za militamu bali emitwalo ngesa.
Yes, anti nkubuulira. Anti nkubuulira. This money is invested. If you tell this man, because he is humble, to keep this a large percentage in a liquid form, then how will they get money?
Sende bazuula Rwanda, Tanzania, Kenya. They
are mandated to invest in money. They are mandated to buy shares.
But when I want my money,
yes, anti a certain anti by statisticians. How many people will qualify to receive this money this year? Nibabategekera. Ne what you are telling a man, nti centers take a liquid form. No. Gagala kubba, gagala kutta National Security Fund. Ekizimbe kya Workers House kyatandikibwawo ku mulembe gw'Obote. Bano bwe bakimaliriza. If it was a company which has disappeared, MTN should explain, Mr. Muzungu, A Muzungu comes up because you see, this is not South Africa upper side. We have seen so many Bazungu stupid fellows. The Bazungu, like a Muzungu Bobby Wine cheated, this man, woman, bad black cheated. We are not seeing stupid Bazungu for the first time in Uganda. In fact, we have seen so many stupid Bazungu. So if this empty man says that when he comes, we shall be mismerized because we are seeing a Muzungu. Mr. Muzungu, what we want to know is how are you going to invest? Are you going to invest in a factory that produces this one? Mine is 3 million. This phone you see here is linked to the satellite. 3 million. I can communicate with my machines at home. I can tell you the meeting which is going on. Yes. Kakati atubulire Mr. Muzungu tubulire. I would welcome a meeting with this Mr. Muzungu of MTN to tell me, Mr. Muzungu, where are you taking our money?